Welcome everybody to another excitation of. I was just going to say a week in geek, but no, it's Omnibroslive manga tonight on this fine Thursday evening, and I am joined by the Omnibus himself, Ryley. How you doing, buddy?
And how are you tonight?
I am doing pretty well, actually. Hanging in there. Hopefully, our internet connections are working because I know they can be a bitch sometimes, but it is what it is.
I'm also hoping that we don't get taken down midstream this time. That's always nice.
I know. That was crazy. Download the stream, re-edit the whole thing, and add preview screens, which is what I'm going to use tonight for everybody. That any flags or anything, and it passed. I don't know what was happening. Maybe the algorithm liked the huge images. Who knows? We'll see. So let's see if I got my windows here ready. Yes, I do. Before we start talking manga, because this is manga night, I are doing, of course, for the month of July. Now, some of the titles you can't visiting our that's in stock trades, stock collected editions, and manga up to 50% off. Loyalty discount to that, and if you order $50 or more in your collected editions order, you get free shipping. Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging that you can only get when you visit instocktrades.com. So I see some chat regulars jumping in. Invincible Comics, Manga Bros always causing trouble. I know it. Jesse Say What, Travis, everybody's here. Paul, everyone and their mother, and my sub bar went live at 5. Nice. Alrighty, so tonight we're doing previews, but we also like to sprinkle hauls and reads. So have you hauled or anything that you want to show off for the audience?
Read pile.
Yeah.
Sold his D. Grayman collection. I have shelved those. I was a big fan. Oh, here we go. Of the series coming out in the U.S. originally, and I wound up selling it because it went on a pretty long hiatus, and I also needed the money because I had just gotten married. Adonis was selling it for a stupid low price, so I jumped on it and have it back in my collection. Aside from that, just some of the regular books. I'm trying to see what I have around me. Yeah, everything's pretty much downstairs, but a lot of the regular releases that I was waiting on. The most exciting thing that I got, the first 2 volumes of Wave Listen to Me, finally, and the first volume of Ping Pong by Taiyo Matsumoto. So those were releases I was really looking forward to. Finally got those in, and they're in my pile downstairs to read. Nice. As far as what I've read, I read the Kingdom of the Gods book, which was decent. Good artwork. I didn't realize it was 2 short stories in one, not just one book, and I thought it was an ongoing thing and not just a single volume series. I think I read the newest volume of High Rise Invasion, which I found out is done as of volume 21. So we have about 10 more volumes, or 5 2-in-1s left. And I read volume 11 of Radiant now. I hung on to it because the artwork is fantastic for long enough, but at this point I think I'm done because the story just doesn't do anything for me. So I put that one up for sale actually in a group on Facebook. So if anyone's out there interested in reading Radiant for about half cover price, let me know. So that's what my reads have been lately and next week, because I know that both of us are very excited to be getting some packages from Right Stuff right now. Some things that we've been waiting on. So hopefully by the next show that we do, we'll have some of those long-awaited titles to talk about. What about you? What have you been up to?
Oh, yeah. I made the order on the 3rd of April, and today finally got the notification that all my manga shipped, which includes stuff like Beastars, Demon Slayer, stuff like that. So I'm really excited about it. Finally, they got the orders in, which seemed to, I mean, they were all over the place, but it seems like Right Stuff got their stuff from Diamond, because comic book shops and sites like In Stock Trades are also getting those books this week, like Demon Slayer and stuff. So maybe that's why. I don't know, but whatever. Yeah. I'm excited that I finally got it. As for what I hauled, the only otaku-related things, I talked about it Monday on Omnibros. I got the final volume of Ran and the Grey World 7. Nice. And let's see if I can highlight. There we go. Volume 7, which is really thick compared to the rest of the series.
Yeah, it's like double size.
Right, yeah. There we go. Final volume right there, which is crazy. It's the same price as the other volumes, but twice the size. Really cool. Finally, I'll be able to read it and give out a review on it, because I love the art in this. It's really, really cool. So I got that. It's the only manga I got. But anime-wise, if anybody's interested, I upgraded my copy of Tokyo Godfathers. So here's the Blu-ray edition that I got. I'll do a little quick unboxing for you guys. Yeah. Doesn't have a code or anything, just the DVD and Blu-ray. This was remastered from a 4K transfer, which got me questioning, why couldn't you just release the 4K edition? But whatever. It's a new remastered, new dub, new everything, and it looks gorgeous. This is one of my favorite Kon movies, Satoshi Kon. And I got the first half of Fire Force, the anime. I got this for super cheap on the internet. I'll just say that. But yeah, that's all I got when it comes to hauls. As for reads, I started Magical Girl Apocalypse again. I read volume 8 and 9, so I'm making my way through that series. And I am reading this stack right here, which I haven't finished. I'm reading Dorohedoro, so I'm on volume 2. And To Your Eternity, volume 2. I read this when I got it, but I can't remember what I read, so I'm going through it again. Because you were so hyped about it, I'm like, I better read the volumes I got. I got up to volume 3, so I'll read these 2 and see if I want to continue getting the series.
It is a really, really lovely series. Yeah. And if anyone hasn't seen, go onto my channel, and I did a review of the series where I got a little bit emotional about stuff because it hit me in a really personal spot. But it's really great, and it's something that I can see everyone that reads it is going to have a very different reaction to what happens, and it's just good. It's very good. I can't talk enough about it.
I did a video on volume 1, but I'm very interested in seeing where the story goes. So yeah, can't wait. Here's a question. Drifting Classroom 3 didn't release on IST on Tuesday. Do you know if it will release next Tuesday? It is supposed to come out because we did highlight it on the previous section at from Diamond. So I don't know. Maybe it'll show up next week.
My copy from Right Stuff shipped, so it's out there. It exists. Yeah. If like Gio was saying, Right Stuff is getting their stuff because of something in common with Diamond shipping to Western comic stores like IST and stuff, then I would say, yeah, probably look out for it pretty soon to hit their stock. But if you're impatient and want to order elsewhere, Right Stuff Anime does. Last I checked, they have it in stock. Nice. It's been a few days, but last I checked, they have it in stock.
Here's an off-topic question. I always like those. Off-topic for Geo, did you like Persona 5? I've played 4 hours into the story, and I'm really liking it. Like, I don't love it yet, but it's fun. It's we joke around that it's the anime simulator because you do a lot of anime trope things. You're going to school, you're talking to people, you're solving crimes and doing all wonderful things. I could see how this game is sort of like the spiritual successor to a JoJo's franchise because I do see a lot of similarities. But it's been fun so far. At 3 to 4 hours that I'm in, I'm having a blast. And I haven't played yesterday or today, so probably after this stream, I'm gonna jump on my PS4 and play some more. Here's another question.
And real quick, Drifting Classroom Volume 3 is still in stock on Right Stuff. So if you're wanting to pick it up, you can go there if you don't want to wait a little bit longer for in-stock trades.
Ryley, where is your 41-pound haul? Jess has been hyping for it. Seems like forever. Yeah, he mentioned it last week.
Did he?
Yeah.
It is all over my room.
Yeah, you're gonna make a video on it.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna make a video pretty soon because it's all of that stuff plus more.
Yeah.
In at the same time, and it was quite the day. I haven't had a package that large for years, but yeah, it was a big one.
Crazy Jane, he picked up Star Blazers Volume 2. I want to watch the anime stuff, but I like Star Blazers. It's fun. Hayden, quick question before the previews. Does anyone know if DBZ season Blu-rays are worth my time importing, nor should I just grab Kai as that's all that's available in the UK? I would suggest Kai simply because you're saving space and you can use it for manga and other anime, but I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm also not the best to ask on that type of stuff because I don't usually collect anime for stuff that I've read or usually for stuff that's originally manga. And for something like Dragon Ball Z, since I own all of it and I've watched most of it, I would probably not buy honestly, this is just completely off the wall, but I've mentioned it to you, Gio, and the other guys in one of our chats that I would do like a anti-Kai and just buy all of the filler arcs because I have the manga, and so I would buy like all the movies, like the Garlic Jr. saga, the Otherworld tournament with Pycon and stuff, and just stick to that, and then like buy GT and stuff and have that on my shelf because that's all the stuff that's not in the manga. So that I have a completely different like way of thinking about that stuff than most people.
Yeah. Paul, do you think My Hero Academia will ever get any kind of oversized or hardcover edition? I've been on the fence about starting it. I don't think it's going to get one in quite some time. Like, not anytime soon. 2020, 2021, don't count on it. It's still an ongoing manga Shonen Jump series. I don't see it happening anytime soon.
I think the only hardcover of a Shonen Jump title has been the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure editions. And a lot of those were editions that was stuff that had not come out yet. And then they recollected the third part, Stardust Crusaders, into hardcovers. But I can't, off the top of my head, think of anything else. The Viz-Big editions of like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that, but not hardcover. And it's very, very rare, very few and far between that their Shonen Jump titles get, actually that any of their titles get a new release. I think very few, the most recent ones that are getting a new release are Urasawa's books, like 20th Century Boys.
I mean, if One Piece hasn't gotten it, you know.
Yeah, that too. If you're looking at stuff like One Piece, Naruto, it's more likely that it gets a 3-in-1. Those omnibus thickness ones that are still the same size, but like really thin paper, cheaper editions. but I couldn't say.
One more question before we do the previews. Bavarian, sorry, it's probably the most common question, but what's a good starting point for manga for noobs? We did 2 videos on what we call essential manga. We did a part 1 last year where we talked I think it was 8 or 10 series for that everybody should read. And then recently we did one with shorter one and done volumes that are good for starting out. You could check those series out, because otherwise I'm just going to say, hey, read One Piece or Demon Slayer.
Yeah. I think it's if you're getting into manga, since a lot of more popular series are lengthy, Detective Conan, that is a really lengthy series. It's hard sometimes for us to be like, oh man, I love One Piece, go for that. It's not like with Western comics where I can be like, oh, this series is 3 volumes. This run on She-Hulk is 2 volumes or something. Something like that is easier to explain. So with manga, I think it's a lot easier to go, if you're wanting to dip your toes in, if you have already watched anime and you know that you like those anime, try the manga that they were based on. If you haven't watched a lot of anime, go on to any streaming service, Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll. They all have tons of anime that you can watch just for whatever price you pay each month. Crunchyroll, you can watch for free with ads, a ton of stuff. Just try a bunch of stuff out, and then whatever you like. Typically, if it's based on a manga, the manga is going to probably be a lot better than the anime, in my opinion. But do go back and watch those videos of ours, because we do talk about a lot of really great series and give you good reason to check them out.
In the channel, I made a playlist for just the manga shows. So main page, scroll down a little bit. It's the live streams, then Fangirlz, and then you'll see the strip for Otaku Bros. Have any of us read Tomo-chan is a Girl? I have not, but I've read that in the past, that it's a funny and sweet and engaging manga. So I do want to check it out.
I've never heard of it.
Tyler, I believe Fullmetal Alchemist just got the hardcover treatment. It is getting hardcover, but it is not Shonen Jump, because that came out on
that one's just regular Viz.
Yeah, but the original manga came out on the Square Enix.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Shonen Gangan something, which is not Shonen Jump.
I think it's just monthly Shonen Gangan.
Yeah. And finally, no problem. Joe, I'm thinking about buying Hellsing Deluxe. Is it worth it? We're going to go over that in the previews, so stay tuned.
We were just talking about that earlier today. It's fine.
Yeah, because even I'm questioning it, because I already have the anime, and I know about the story. So should I upgrade? Should I get that manga? We'll see. Let me start sharing my screen here. Do I share this? Yes, we do. Okay. So I can't see the screen. Can everybody see it?
Yeah, I will tell you I can see it. So we're looking at it a little different this time in hopes to not get taken down.
Yeah. So I'm pulling this list from Right Stuff because it's all, you see the thumbnails, and I don't have to dig through so many images. I don't want to risk it. We'll see what happens. But this is the stuff coming out in the month of July. And we start, where the heck is it? Oh, here we go. We start with Bibi and Miyu Manga Volume 1. This is a Tokyo Pop release. We've got Takane and Hana Volume 15. I Had That Same Dream Again manga. That looks to be like a one-shot. You got Snow White with the Red Hair, Volume 8. Here we have Seraph of the End, Volume 19. Prince Freya, Volume 2 is coming out. One Punch Man, Volume 20, which is already in stock, as you're seeing there. But
yeah, a lot of these are This is, I think it's worth noting, this is the first time that a lot of these Viz titles have been in stock before their release date in the last couple months. Usually this is pretty normal that you'll be going through and see a week or two ahead of time. These are supposed to hit what, the 7th or something?
Mm-hmm. The first week of July.
So this is good. This is a good sign. One Punch Man is coming out, and that's the first of the ones we're talking about that I have pre-ordered.
Yeah. Love Me, Love Me Not, Volume 3 is also coming out. Here we have Kaguya-sama Love is War, Volume 15. Daytime Shooting Star, Volume 7 is coming out. An Incurable Case of Love, Volume 4. Act Age, Volume 1, which I did a review on our previous manga stream. You can check that out. I talked a little bit about Volume 1 and what I thought of it.
Did you read it digitally, or where did you...
Yeah, I read it digitally. It's different.
Yeah? What do you... I ordered it, so I'm hopefully I'll like it.
I mean, it's so different to read a Shonen Jump title that's about acting and actors. I'm so used to Shonen Jump titles being about battle shonen or we're going to save the world, or we're cooking, or we're doing whatever. But here you have a very interesting girl with some emotional issues, and she wants to be an actress, and she's supposed to be this prodigy. It's interesting. I want to keep reading to see where the story goes, but the first volume left an impression on me.
All right.
Here we have Haikyuu, Volume 39. I know you're getting that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Once again, I can report that I'm still not caught up with reading it, but I do have it coming in still.
Haikyuu, Dr. Stone, Volume 12. I'm getting that, along with these two. Demon Slayer, Volume 14, and a fan favorite. You can see it's already a top seller. Berserk Deluxe Edition, Volume 5 is coming out.
Absolutely excited for that. I think that was delayed a little bit, probably from everything going on.
Mm-hmm. And I think you might be able to get it next week from In-Stock Trades. So stay tuned for that. We'll go over it on Monday.
Hopefully, and that's a big volume too, because this is where you get the end of the Golden Age arc. So if you've been following along and reading it, or waiting to read it until a certain point, this is the big moment basically, and then it starts you on to the next story arc going through into the series from there. So it's big. This is something we've all been waiting for.
Mm-hmm. Here we have the next batch, The Legend of Dororo and Hyakimaru. This is the manga adaptation of the anime adaptation of the original manga from Osamu Tezuka. So, yeah, if you like the 2019 Dororo series, you're probably going to like this manga adaptation. It's a lot more edgier, darker, grittier than the original. We have A Certain Scientific Railgun, Volume 15. My Senpai is Annoying, Volume 1. Knights of the Ice, Volume 2. And that is the first week. Or I think, no, there's more. Okay. We also have Mob Psycho 100, Volume 5 coming out.
I think that one's already available on IST.
Yeah, that came out this week, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Kilala, Princess Mulan, and The Bandit Melee. So this looks to be a mashup of Disney and manga from Tokyo Pop. Interesting. There Are Things I Can't Tell You manga. Looks like a romance drama. Splatoon Squid Kids Comedy Show manga. Here we have Rinne, Volume 34. Record of Grand Crest War, Volume 7. Here's what we talked about earlier, Radiant, Volume 12. And something else we talked about earlier, Persona 5, the manga adaptation. We've got the third volume here.
And we are in the second week as of the last one on the first row.
Yeah.
So we're on 714 now.
Bavarian talked about this. Case Closed or Detective Conan. We got volume 75 of that series. Here's one that I know the fangirls are big fans of. They did a review on it, if I remember correctly. A Man and His Cat, volume 2 is coming out. My Boy, volume 6, as well as Grand Blue Fantasy, volume 5. Here we have Usaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. This is getting a summer anime. It's debuting in like, I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks. We're getting the first episode. Love on the Other Side, which I think is a compilation of mini stories. Dance in the Vampire Bund, Age of Scarlet Order. I made a review on volume 1 on my channel if you want to check it out. If you like vampire anime manga. The Rose of Versailles, volume 2 is coming out, hardcover. And I'm going to plug our boy Omar because he did a video on the first 3 hardcovers. So if you want to take a look at how those actually look, you can check out Near Mid Conditions video. I'm just going to keep plugging things. Blank Canvas, My So-Called Artist Journey. I did a review on the first 3 volumes, so you can check out my thoughts on the series and why I think it's one of the best biographical manga. So I did a video on that, but this is volume 5. This is the end of the series. And here we go. Hellsing Deluxe Edition Omnibus Volume 1. A lot of people are excited about this because, yes, we've had Berserk Deluxe Editions for a while now, but this is like the second series that Dark Horse is putting out in Deluxe when it comes to manga. So a lot of people are really hyped about this. I still don't know if I'm going to get it because I'm trying to separate anime and manga on my collection. I'd rather like not repeat myself and keep buying the same things. So who knows? We'll see. Then again, it's only 3 books. So
yeah. So I have it pre-ordered. I'm a huge fan of the manga. I watched the original anime back in the day, and I have the Hellsing Ultimate anime as well. I don't know how much the Ultimate collection goes for right now. That has all 10 episodes, but I bought it over the holidays when Right Stuff had all their sales going on, and it was a really good price. So if you are debating it and you have not seen or do not own the anime, that's one thing to consider, is look at the entire Ultimate collection, because it is pretty much a page for page, beat by beat translation of this series into anime. If you're like me and you want both, this is going to be a fantastic version to get. We've seen the quality of these hardcovers on Berserk. We know how nice they are. We know what they look like, how they feel. We know how the artwork pops. And the artwork by Kota Hirano that's going to appear in here is going to be very benefited by that larger page size, because much like Miura is in Berserk, he has a very, very detailed style, and just the very great contrast of so much black that he uses, such dark, heavy inks, and the whites in the pages is going to look fantastic. So it's going to be a very beautiful edition to get. And like Gio mentioned, it's only 3 volumes. So it's not something like Berserk where right now it's going to be 14 volumes worth of material before they catch up. It's going to be something, it's only 10 volumes total. So it's only 3 volumes that they're going to be doing of these hardcovers. You know, it's all solicited already. The 3rd volume has been solicited, and it's going to come out probably within the next year. So it's an easy thing to pick up, but I would say just consider to yourself, do you care more about having the manga, or do you care more about just the story to where you could just enjoy the anime, which is also available on Hulu?
Well said. Here we have Wandering Witch, Volume 1, and the Quintessential Quintuplets, Volume 9 is also coming out. Here we have another massive reprint that people have been waiting for. But first, we got to talk about A Certain Scientific Railgun, Astral Buddy, Volume 3. And here it is, folks. Akira 35th Anniversary Manga box set is finally getting a reprint. You can stop paying ridiculous prices online. You're going to be able to snag it next month for $150.
Probably about $10 to $15 less if you have the membership with them too.
Yeah. Heavenly Delusion is coming out, right? Yeah, Heavenly Delusion and Toilet Bound Hanako-kun Volume 4. I love this cover. It's pretty cool.
I'm actually reading Volume 3, or about to start Volume 3. I have it on the couch right now. I was about to read it before I got on here.
Nice. So, we're already on the 3rd week of July.
Yes.
We've got Hinamatsuri Volume 9, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Kana's Daily Life. So this is a spin-off from the chibi dragon of that series, Kana. Primitive Boyfriend Volume 2, I want to say isekai love romance where the girl gets transported into ancient prehistoric times. I don't know. It's weird. My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. Manga, Volume 2. Here we have Our Wonderful Days, Volume 3 is coming out. Himoto Umaru-chan, Volume 10. Ruby, the official manga, Volume 1. Nogun's Life, Volume 6.
That one is on my pre-order list.
Here's something that I highly recommend. Mujirushi, The Sign of Dreams, the works of Naoki Urasawa. It's going to be a signature-sized hardcover, if I remember correctly. So I'm really excited about that.
I don't know anything about what's in there, but just that it's an, Urasawa book was more than enough for me to know that I needed to grab it.
Here we have another fan favorite, Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt, Volume 14. This is Hell's Paradise Jigokuraku, Volume 3.
That one, I read the first volume. It is very good. Beautiful artwork, intriguing story, fun characters, great setting, a lot of positive things. Really looking forward to continuing reading it, but I've been waiting forever for Volume 2 because of these delays. So I wish I could say that one is good too. I'm sure it will be, but either way, I've pre-ordered this one as well, and I'm excited to read both of them soon.
We also have Children of the Whales, Volume 15, and if I remember correctly, the anime recently got a Blu-ray announcement, so that's cool. Here we have Levius, Volume 5. Are you still reading Levius?
Yes. Yeah, I have Volume 4 downstairs waiting to be read. It came in pretty recently. It's a very fun, very fast-paced action fighting series with kind of like a steampunk kind of thing going on with it. So if you're into that, I think it has an anime on Netflix. So check that out, see if you like it, and then pick it up. It's preceded by a manga just called Levius, which is a single huge hardcover volume. So you'd want to buy that and then go into the smaller paperbacks.
Nice. Stars Volume 7 is also coming out. Goodbye My Rose Garden, which I did a video on Volume 1 if you want to check it out. I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. Romance period piece in the early 1900s between these two characters that you see on the cover. It's pretty good. I like it. Goblin Slayer Side Story Year 1, Volume 5. This is For the Kid I Saw in My Dreams, Volume 5, hardcover. Knights of Sidonia Master Edition, Volume 6. I don't know if is this the last one, or
I think there's 7? One more, I think.
Nice. Next up, we got Dragon Goes House Hunting, Volume 5. And To Save the World, Can You Wake Up the Morning After with a Demi-Human, Volume 1. So another ecchi isekai.
We didn't have enough series with long titles this month, so
yeah, that's absurd. To Save the World, Can You Wake Up the Morning After with a Demi-Human? This is a spin-off from Reincarnated as a Slime, The Ways of the Monster Nation, Volume 1. We're also getting Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beast, Volume 10. Raw Hero, which is another action ecchi series. And no matter how I look at it, it's you guys' fault I'm not popular, which is what I keep telling people online. Volume 16 of that. There's 16 volumes. Wow. Okay. I did not read that it was 16. I thought it was just one book. Interesting. So here we have the rest of July's solicits. You've got Monster Wrestling Volume 3 coming out. I am a behemoth and S-ranked monster, but mistaken for a cat, I live as an elf girl's pet, Volume 2. I mean, at this point, you're going to run out of space on your cover to put those titles, right? Because this is too long. You've got Horimiya Manga Volume 14. This one was one of my favorites last year. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious, a comedic fantasy series, isekai. We have The Case Study of Vanitas, Volume 7. Barakamon Fanbook 18+1. Seven Deadly Sins, Volume 38. Is this the last one, or we still have more books coming?
I think there's a few more after that.
Got it. Something's Wrong with Us. I know, totally. Something's Wrong with Us, Volume 2. Living Room, Matsunaga-san, Volume 3. Pleasure and Corruption, Volume 2. This was delayed from, I think this was supposed to come out May or June. I don't remember. The Girl with the Senpaku Eyes. Little Devils Manga, Volume 4. Ooh, this is nice. The King of Fighters, A New Beginning, Volume 3. I made a video on Volume 1 if you want to check it out. If you like the video games, you're going to love this manga. Kingdom of Z, no idea what that is. High Rise Invasion, which I know you're collecting, right?
Yes.
Volume 7 is coming out. This is a really sweet and charming series, BL Metamorphosis. I highly recommend it. If you want to read sort of your comedy / slice of life, I do recommend that one, BL Metamorphosis. It's about this older lady that gets into manga as a widow, and she happens to come across on her library Boys Love manga. And the clerk that's working there is one of the main characters, this girl, high schooler, and she is a fan of the genre as well. So they start to get along and recommend books, and you see a really an introvert, breaking out of her shell and sharing her hobby with somebody else. And it's funny that it's the age gap is so wide between the two characters, but it's really wholesome, and it's not about the actual boys love stuff or whatever. It's more about the friendship that forms. It's really cool. Here we have High Score Girl, Volume 3.
I have that one.
You're collecting that one.
Yes, that is a real fun one. If you grew up with arcades and video games in the early mid-90s, definitely check it out. It's got a ton of nostalgia and just great character work between these kids. Basically, the main character is a boy who loves video games, and one day he's in an arcade and he sees this girl in his class who's just absolutely wrecking his ass at Street Fighter, and he gets really upset that he gets beat by a girl, and he kind of makes it his mission to beat her. And then just kind of a friendship forms from that, and it's just a really nice series.
Nice. Nightmare Before Christmas, Zero's Journey, Manga Volume 4. Here's another cool one that I do recommend. Soul Eater, the Perfect Edition, Volume 1 is coming out. So Soul Eater is getting deluxe hardcovers. I don't know if they're as tall as Berserk, but they're pretty tall. And in hardcover for the first time. And this was supposed to come out in April, and it got delayed to the end of July. But I do recommend it. Soul Eater is pretty great. Here we have Yuzu the Pet Vet Volume 2. It's pretty wholesome. And are we in? And the last one, this is a little preview for August, but the last one is Loner Life in Another World, Volume 1. And while I'm at it, yeah, you can see those Animeta, Guyabano, and Blue Exorcist, but that will be in August. So that's it. It's all the stuff that's coming out. I know you're getting a lot of books here.
Yes, I think my July order consisted of like 20
nice
books. So 20 books that I'm really excited to check out.
Yeah. From all of these books, I do recommend the ones we talked about, obviously, but I really do recommend Soul Eater. I do recommend, what was the other one here? Obviously, Beastar is one of my favorites. The Urasawa book, fantastic stuff. And yeah, that's obviously people are going to be gunning for that Akira box set, and I do think it's going to sell out. I don't want to cause any FOMO hype or anything, but there's a lot of people wanting that book, and I think it might not sell right away, but I do think it will sell out sooner rather than later. And obviously Hellsing would be a pick of the week, I guess, if we want to do that stuff. So that is the previews for July, and we're still live. We have not been taken down. YouTube, the YouTube gods have been gracious and have spared us. Interesting. And excuse me for a second, I dropped a cable. Okay, so there's a bunch of people here on the chat. We can answer some questions before we go. Candace is tuning in. Hey. Kong is in the chat. I know. Sorry that it took so long for highlighting these questions. Sick cover of Haikyuu. Yeah. An Agave book. Yeah, that is the last volume of Blank Canvas. It's amazing. It's the biographical story of the author that does Princess Jellyfish. I forgot her name. I'm terrible at this. But she retells her story in manga form, and it's really awesome. It's heartfelt and moving and funny and really unique because it's a female's perspective in the business and how she grew up and her inspiration, her sensei who taught her art and all that stuff. It's really cool stuff. I do recommend it. You know, Kristan is buying that volume 2 on day 1 because cats, of course. That's awesome.
It's funny because right before we got on here, I was messaging in our admin Fariha talking about, because she's not a manga person, and I sent her pictures of Cats of the Louvre and the Junji Ito Cat Diary. And I was like, here you go.
Yeah. Caesar. Hey, Omnibros, is the Akira box set going to be available at IST on release date? It should be, because
someone asked them, actually. I don't remember who it was, but they reported back in the group, and what they received in response was IST was not aware that there was going to be a reprint.
Oh, okay.
So they might not have it.
Yeah. If they do get it, it's probably going to ship with diamond stuff like last time. So, because it's a Kodansha book. But hopefully they do get it so people can grab it.
Yeah. No, I hopefully they get it. But if not, it is on Right Stuff, and it should be similarly priced on Right Stuff. So don't worry too much about price difference.
Yeah. Inward, the Soul Eater hardcovers are supposed to be the similar size of the Full Metal editions. There you go. Thank you. I was thinking, I know the size is the same as another manga, but I couldn't remember. But yeah.
So it'd be basically signature size, so they're bigger than like a standard volume of manga.
And they've already solicited like the first 4, so we're going to be getting quite a few Soul Eater books.
Are they supposed to be 2-in-1, or do you know?
I think it's supposed to be 2-in-1.
So it should be like 12 of them.
Mm-hmm. Ryley, how is the one-man army to turn everyone into Joey Wheeler fanboys going?
I was like, okay, so just giving a look into my inner workings and like what I do. Yeah. I rehearse videos to myself. Like if I'm driving or if I'm at home alone or I'm in the shower, I like rehearse videos to myself, either videos that I'm about to make or that I'm planning on making. And I started to rehearse doing a Yu-Gi-Oh video so that I can be vocal on YouTube about why Joey is the greatest duelist, at least in the entirety of the original series. So that just is to show like I've put some serious energy and thought into making this video as not just a review for the series, which I've been putting off for way too long since I finished it like a while ago, but also to spread the gospel of Joey and how he is the greatest of all time.
I'm looking forward to that video on YouTube.
I'm looking forward to the comments.
Yeah, that's going to be a minefield. Good luck.
You're a hack.
What do you know? And then you show them all the Yu-Gi-Oh volumes. Cinematic Galaxy, hello, Gio and Ryley. Recently finished Yu Yu Hakusho. Nice, incredible anime with a fantastic English dub. Currently collecting the manga. Double nice. Nice.
Let us know as you read it what you think about the comparison between the two, please.
Mm-hmm. Hanky Pim, have either of you read The Girl from the Other Side? If so, would you recommend it? The Girl from the Other Side.
That's the
what is that?
Isn't that the Asano book? Or no. I'm thinking about The Girl on the Shore.
No. This one's with the monster-looking thing that looks like the from Ancient Magus Bride.
Yes,
I haven't read it.
I haven't read it. I've seen it. I've been intrigued by it, but I'm sorry to say that I can't give any information.
If you can't believe this, I had it in my hands at Sam's Club of all places because they sell manga on occasions. So I had it in my hands. I'm like, should I get it? And I didn't. So I was this close to owning it. Let's see. Drummond. Hey, man. Thank you for tuning in. And-Man clarifies the Soul Eaters are 1.5 editions. Bah, that sucks.
I mean, I'm still buying them.
I mean, yeah. It's exciting that they're coming out, but really, do you have to milk it? The series is already out.
Like, I'm guessing that's because it's like the FMA ones. Those are about 1.5 because that's how they were in the original Japanese release. So I'm guessing that whatever these are based on from Japan, it's the same way. But it's just annoying because then it will take much longer.
Yeah.
And more money.
Joey is my freaking favorite. Can't wait. There you go.
Thank you. Brooklyn Rage right there.
Also, not that it is an indicator, but Akira said is not on Amazon. Curious how IST would not be aware of it. That's interesting. Maybe it flew under the radar because of the whole pandemic.
I don't know. I think they were really quiet about the reprint, to be honest. And maybe it's something like maybe it's only Right Stuff. Like I don't know, but maybe it's a very limited release. Because I remember, I know someone that we know sold their box set after we already knew that it was getting re-released, and somebody on eBay bought it for quite a bit more than the cover price.
Yeah, I don't see it on. I don't see it on previews. Let me check. I'm only seeing the older editions and the previous box set, which says 2017 on it. Might be a Right Stuff thing. Still, be on the lookout when that comes out on or if you can pre-order it from now, do it. If not, be vigilant when it comes out.
I know they. I think Travis shared today the.
Oh yeah.
Of
look that up.
reprint stuff, and it wasn't on there, but the individual volumes were from Kodansha.
Yeah. Hayden, The Gospel of Joey, everything I didn't know I needed.
And maybe you don't need it, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. So, Grand Blue Dreaming, yes. I think I got the same question previously, someone asking if I started Grand Blue yet. Yeah, I'm caught up. I read it as it comes out. It is a fantastic comedy series. Very good time. I wouldn't call it wholesome, but it's got a great sense of humor behind it.
Wholesome in the bromance kind of way, I would guess.
Yeah, I think that's also what makes it great. Is it's a very realistic look at just guys being bros with each other.
Yeah.
And it's not, there also is not terrible treatment. Like, it's not like the guys are very misogynistic or anything in the way that they are with girls. They're usually pretty respectful of the women in the series too, which is nice to see. But I don't want to say it's wholesome because there is some cheesecake and stuff in that series.
Yep. Let me share my screen real quick because this is from the previous previews. Sorry.
Get that page. Western comics out of here.
I know. I am sorry. Here are the reprints, stuff that's getting reprinted or restocked that you will be able to grab. So please do not pay over cover because most of these books are coming back. You got the Akira softcover ones. Volumes 1, 2, 3, and 6 are coming back into print. Banana Fish 3, 10, 11, and 13. Battle Angel Alita Complete Series box set, as well as the deluxe editions 1 and 4 are coming back into print. Black Butler Volume 3 has a new printing. Black Clover 1, 5, 6, and 18 is coming back. Blame Volume 1. The Bleach 3-in-1s Volume 18 and Volume 21, as well as Volume 66 of the regular Bleach. I think Bloom is a manga. I don't know. We'll say yes. Demon Slayer, which is really popular to this day. I think it has over 80 million copies in circulation, something crazy like that. Kimetsu no Yaiba, Volume 3, 7, 8, and 10 are back in stock. Dorohedoro, which a lot of people are angry because it's sold out everywhere. As soon as the anime dropped on Netflix, it sold out on every single website. But it is coming back into print, and you shared with us a screen grab of them promoting the series. So I think they're going to keep it evergreen.
Yeah, for sure.
So Volume 4, 10, 13, 19, and 20. Dragon Balls 3-in-1, Volumes 1, 10, and 11 are coming back, as well as the complete series for Dragon Ball box set. Eden Zero Volume 3 is coming back. The Fairy Tail box set is coming back. Flowers of Evil. The Junji Ito Fragments of Horror hardcover is coming back. Full Metal Alchemist 3-in-1s, the first volume. Ghostly Things is coming back. That's good because I want to read that. Gleipnir. Poon Poon. I didn't know Poon Poon was out of stock. Volume 3, 4, and 6. Haikyuu, High School of the Dead Omnibus, How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift, Hunter x Hunter, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, Inuyasha, hey, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that's nice. Junji Ito's Dissolving Classroom and Cat Diary, Kaguya-sama, Komi Can't Communicate. Let's see, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Mobile Suit Gundam Origin, Volume 12, Naruto 3-in-1, My Next Life as a Villainess, Volumes 1 and 2, My Hero Academia, Murcielago Volume 1, Monsters, the Perfect Editions, 8 and 9 are coming back, Nausea of the Valley of the Wind box set. Neon Genesis Evangelion, No Game No Life, the One Piece 3-in-1s. Wow, there's a lot of stuff that's coming back.
Yeah.
As you can see, I'm just going to scroll real quick because I don't want to read all of this.
Yeah. I saw some of the Eternal editions for Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon. Wait a minute. Oh, there they are.
Vagabond as well.
Vagabond, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, Vinland Saga. We haven't had a new volume in that in a while, right?
I think it's like once every year, so it should be. Oh, wow. It might have been delayed, but should be early next year, late this year. I don't remember.
We never learned Volume 1, Way of House Husband. Really reader-friendly and fantastic. Witch Hat, please get that. It's awesome. Yona of the Dawn, Yotsuba. But Yotsuba isn't in print, it's digital. That's weird. Whatever. As you can see, Previews has the whole list up. You can see it. Pause the video if you want. I'm going to stop sharing. Let's see. A couple more minutes, guys, before we head off. Hayden, did you see they announced Eternal editions for Sailor V too? I had no idea.
I did see that. I think, one volume, because it was only a 2-volume series. So in total, we should have 10 volumes of Sailor Moon, which is going to collect that entire series plus all the like short stories and stuff, and then a volume for Sailor V to have everything. And it's going to look really. Let me see if you can see it. The block of white stuff. I can't get my arm right here. I think that's all Sailor Moon.
There you go. Perfect. Nice. Inward. Demon Slayer is now the 10th best-selling series from Jump.
I wonder what'll happen with it.
Love it.
Since it's ended, I wonder if it'll start going down, or if it will retain, how long it'll retain that level of popularity. I guess until the anime concludes, which should be a couple more seasons at least.
Yeah, we're getting the movie at the end of the year, so expect a boost in sales when the movie comes out.
Yeah,
and then maybe a year and a half later, we'll get the second season because they haven't started working on the second season. So who knows?
If any series, I'll say, if any Shonen Jump title, I could imagine getting some sort of premium release, it's probably going to be that one, because of the fact that it's done, it's relatively short, and it's so popular. And since the anime is still going on, it's going to have, like Gio was saying, there will be a spike in popularity with the movie. There will then be a spike in popularity with the anime seasons coming out. They're going to want to market on that popularity. And aside from the obvious, they'll probably do the cheap 3-in-1 volumes. That feels like the type of series that they could really benefit from releasing in a nicer format. At the very least, I'm going to say it's very likely we get 3-in-1s, and it's very likely we get a full series box set.
If they do the box set, it has to be Nezuko's box, and you open it and there's the books inside. That's the only possible way that you can do a box set for that.
The original Shadow box that Naruto, the first 28 volumes came in, it was a wooden box. They should do that.
Yep.
Because that's the type of thing that if they do it and they make it cool, that they would get people who have already bought the series would consider buying it again just for the special box.
I'd do it. Yeah. I mean, I have my books here, but I'd dump them in a heartbeat. Don B, you guys should do an interview with the Right Stuff guys like IST. Man, yes, we should. I'll just say that much. I've been really trying to hey, Right Stuff, hey, we're here. We'll see what happens, because we're getting there. We'll see what happens. I'll just say that much. And men, yes, the Demon Slayer box set would be good. You know what's fun before we wrap up? I don't know if you can see, but I have 2 series here, and this is something really dumb, but it's exciting to me, so bear with me. Because I don't have a lot of space for these cubes, I decided to split the stuff. So you see half of the cube is Demon Slayer and the other half is Dr. Stone. So that way I can keep collecting the series. And, pretty happy with that decision. And then I looked online and I saw that a lot of people had already done that. I'm like, well, whatever. All that counts is that I thought of it at the when the problem arose. But yeah. So that's going to be it. That's a very anticlimactic way to end this stream, guys, but we're going to end it now. I just wanted to highlight that because I felt really proud of myself for thinking of that idea. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to the chat. Lionheart. It's a little awkward because we're leaving, but you just got here. But what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Remember to like this video. It really does help with the algorithm if you guys like it. If you share, especially these previews, if you share it with people, it really does help out a ton. And it gets YouTube to notice us and promote the channel a lot more. Thank you for liking, subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. We do this twice a month for the manga themed stuff. Otherwise, we do regular Omnibros talking about comics, Sunday, Mondays, and Thursdays. And of course, don't forget about Fangirlz Assemble. Typically on Sundays, sometimes they do shows during the week as well. Follow us on social media, as well as visiting our sponsor's website, which is really important, instocktrades.com, where you can get your collected editions and manga up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. And if you order $50 or more in your collected editions order, you get free shipping. Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging that you can only get when you visit instocktrades.com. So, with all of that said, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Omnibus Collector, where can they find you on the internet?
My YouTube channel is The Omnibus Collector, so search that and you'll find me on YouTube with some new haul videos coming up soon, including the 41-pound haul.
Nice.
Pretty soon here. I shelved everything but pulled them out so I could remember what came in. And, of course, on Facebook, our groups, the Omnibus Collectors Comic Swap and Community, and Otaku's Farm, if you are a fellow manga and anime fan watching the show tonight. You can find yourselves in those groups. Gio, what about you?
You can find me on my channel, A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime, comics, manga, usually a blend of the three. I just posted a video on the Listeners anime series. I did a review on that, so if you want to check it out, it'll help out a ton on my channel. And yeah, that's about it. A Week in Geekdom, Omnibus Collectors, Omnibus Collectors Network, all that fun stuff. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. God bless. Have a safe week, safe weekend, and we'll catch you on the next stream, which will be Sunday for Coffee and Omnibros thingamajig. Peace out, guys.
Later.
Bye.